house at the top with the clear view. Oh, look, I don't like your energy. I don't like that. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. You an enemy. All them lies you telling, I can't let that be the end of me. No, probably cause your girl feeling me. It's a flag on the play, all these catching penalties. Look, I don't like your energy. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. Let's go. You not my kind, not no kin to me. Heard you told my girl about our...
Today, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. Carson Wentz and the Washington Commanders taking on Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings.
Well, we've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, it will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that chasing the 1972 Dolphins is out the window.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Commanders trot to the field for their first possession, and it's the seventh-year quarterback out of North Dakota State leading the way. His third NFL team, Carson Wentz.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game, so he's trying to turn that around. And
right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz, and his pass incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Zadarius Smith in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Here's Tressway now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that, and they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
The numbers a week ago for Cook. 13 carries, 93 yards, and a score.
Nice solid showing from him last week. Didn't blow the roof off with his numbers, but he certainly had a quality day and produced when called upon.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds. To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Now Cousins. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
Fourth down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Joseph is good, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where...
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick, and he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick-6, and I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick-6.
Slide for the PAT. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group. And sometimes that loss, get us off your back. You can move forward from there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play fake, Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Rolling to his left. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll throw again. Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Jordan Berry out to punt on 4th down. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
A run here for J.D. McKissick. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. Now a 1,000-yard rusher a season ago, Antonio Gibson with it. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's McKissick. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Wentz. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. Sly able to put this one through, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Cousins on 1st down. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. And now, oh boy, this is a bit of a surprise, to be kind. They accepted the holding penalty, so wipe out the interception, and their defense will stay on the field. Okay, and not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wentz, and his throw here's incomplete. Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Wentz going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Week 9 here in the National Football League. We'll have 9 weeks to go after this. We got a couple of good matchups in prime time to wrap up the first half of the season. Tonight, Tennessee and KC in the AFC. And then tomorrow night, an interconference matchup. Baltimore and New Orleans from the Superdome. Cousins now to throw on first down. High throw, but he makes the catch. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On play action, Cousins. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. 35 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
On 2nd and 15 now. Cousins. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to a safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
3rd and long for Cousins. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Montez Sweat drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores. So here is Washington now to take over. They were losers last week, dropping that game to the Indianapolis Colts, but the good news for them, they've got the lead right now and the football. 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start on the ground with Gibson, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Wentz on the move to his left. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. On 2nd and 9, Wentz. And Thomas has it. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll run with Gibson. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And Wentz going to slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
From the red zone now, Wentz. He gets it to Thomas. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. To throw is Wentz. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Za'Darius Smith. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Carson Wentz with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Commanders are able to add on to their first half lead.
Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting them.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. A 10-play drive that time. And it was finished by the touchdown run from the 15. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. With a glimpse of Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver, as he and the Minnesota Vikings return back here on offense. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now,
precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist, you know, that good stuff. Got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing, change things up a little bit, and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on third down. Throwing, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Throwing is Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up second down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To the air again, it's Cousins. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And this ball is going to be touched down just shy of midfield. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Looking to throw again on second down. Wentz. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Zadarius Smith able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Zadarius Smith. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago, and it's the Bears who have the lead. Emmanuel Sanders, a touchdown reception. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Chargers. Marcus Mariota has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. DeAndre Swift with a rushing touchdown there. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. Cousins to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Again, it's Cousins. Over the middle to Smith. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Cousins. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Complete to Hilton. And he's going to get this down near the 25. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Cousins. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. On 2nd down, Cook. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Cook will score. Touchdown, Vikings. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Cousins will try and throw. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And here comes Danny Johnson now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. First possession of the second half now for Washington. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Incomplete. Oh, Thomas unable to reel that one in, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Wentz to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. A carry now for McKissick. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. To throw, it's Wentz. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Chandon Sullivan. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 41. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They start the drive with Cook. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Again, it's Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Cousins. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
First down, here's the run with Cook. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Cousins. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will remain a 16-point deficit. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with McKissick. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing is Wentz. Dancing to his left. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Now Wentz. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Pretty good location there on that throw.
It really was, wasn't it? That was likely one where the receiver was either going to catch it or no one. Really good decision. And, boy, what a catch and move right there.
And a tough spot to get. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Now let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. It's caught. Smith. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. They go play action. Cousins.
This one into the hands of Thielen.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Cousins now from the 50.
To Jefferson on the slant. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Cousins again. He's got Smith here.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
To throw is Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Curl.
There he goes left side.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick six.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only have they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick sixes, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
Sly on for the extra point. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Cousins. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them. 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and forever. Cousins now. He's got it to Hilton. Finding space at the 40. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. To throw, Cousins. And this one complete to Smith. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. They'll throw again. Cousins. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Deron Payne. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Complete. Smith has it. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the Commanders are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out and let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. They run with the Alabama rookie. That's Brian Robinson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Wentz now to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and the lead will remain at 23. And out now come the Vikings.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins. It's complete right back in the hands of Smith. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now Cousins on 4th down. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Meanwhile, Cousins' throw complete there to Smith. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Straight ahead, Gibson.
So it's Washington getting the victory here. And I tell you what, one thing that you and I featured as a storyline was that they were facing the NFL's #1 defense coming in, and they really took it right to them.
Yeah, they didn't blink, did they? And instead of just saying to themselves, let's make sure that we minimize our mistakes and try and play a conservative-type game, they attacked right from the beginning. Said, we got to go after these guys. I think sometimes you take the #1 rated defense by surprise when you do that.
So for the Commanders, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag